Hi girls and guys, it's Mr. Tracky and we're on the right track. In today's video we're going to go through version 4.4 patch notes and take a look at the new football stadium and new thermal scoped assault rifle. But before we do any of that, if you're new here, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell to get all of my videos as soon as they're published, and if you enjoy the video, please don't forget to drop a like. First thing you'll notice when you load a game with the new update is in grid C2, just southeast of Junk Junction, is a new location on the map. This is a gigantic football stadium. Fortnite obviously keeping in touch with the fact that it's the World Cup coming up in a few days time, and have obviously used that as a theme for their week 7 challenges also. One thing I'll say, if you try and land here today, be prepared to die over and over again. There are millions of people trying to get down to this new location just to have a good old look at it, but it is massive. So let's take a look at version 4.4 patch notes, and the first thing you'll notice is this beautiful thing right here, the new thermal scoped assault rifle. We'll talk more about that in a moment, but let's go on to the battle royale patch notes and see exactly what Epic Games has been up to. Now, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything in thorough detail. Some things I will skim over as they've previously been in the game and been reintroduced, and there are certain things that I would like to cover more than others. Now, the first thing I'm going to speak about before we even go through any of these notes here is something I've personally noticed that I haven't seen in the actual notes themselves, and that is the carbide skin. When it is fully upgraded, this may apply to the Amiga as well, you can change the colour of the lighting on the actual skin now. I noticed somebody today when I was in search of the thermal scoped rifle, and they had yellow ones, and I was like, oh, I swear they're white, I swear they're blue. And then I started to look around and people had different colours, and it popped up on my screen when I got to a certain level that you could now upgrade the lighting on your carbide skin. So that is definitely something that has been introduced to the game. Beg your pardon. So limited time mode sniper shootout version 3 is back, and this is the best way for you to get your hands on the new thermal scoped assault rifle. Now, I'm not really going to go into too much detail as this is just the same as previously, just with a few new weapons and just increased ammo and so forth. Limited time mode of V50 version 3 is back also. So what is new since version 2? A new larger storm circle has been added to the beginning of the match. Extra supply drop fall in this new circle, giving more players chance to find and open one, because there are just so many people working together trying to get the same weapons. It is absolutely insane. Supply drops now come in batches of 4 to 8 up to 3 to 6. Up from 3 to 6, beg your pardon, for every 2 minutes, and only land in the first 2 storm circles, so you need to get your stuff ready for the fight up ahead. Bonus resource earned from farming reduced from 75 to plus 25%. The storm circles are more likely to be biased towards the center of the map. This helps make the boss flight path less important, which is very true. It's something you're definitely going to want when you're 50v50. Gonna skip over this now and gloss on to what we really want to speak about in this update, which is the new weapons and items. And the new weapon is, of course, the thermal scoped assault rifle, which I've had the chance to use twice today, and I'll tell you right now, it is very effective, very powerful weapon, and you will be able to see people who are ramp peeking a lot easier, so it makes it so much easier for you to get headshots. I believe I hit a 76 damage headshot. It is in the 70s, don't quote me on that, but I believe it was a 76 damage headshot. Available in epic and legendary variants. 36 to 37 base damage, can see chest. I don't know why it says that. Oh, I'll get you. Oh, I'm confusing myself now. Can see chest supply drops, enemy heat signatures, and more. I did not know that, so we know that now. I believed you could only see actual people, but you can actually see chest supply drops and more. So I wonder what that is. Must be llamas and stuff. Uses medium ammo, can be found from floor loot, chest, and supply drops. Renamed assault rifle with scoped assault rifle. That's the other one, I believe. The maximum range of the weapon increased to 275 meters from 250 to make the distance that all players are visible. That makes perfect sense. The jetpack has been voted. Thank the Lord. Anyone that's been watching me for a while now knows that I hated the actual jetpack, and I thought it should never been in the game, and it was delayed previously by Epic Games because they was worrying about balancing issues. Why did they even put it in the game? I don't know. The bouncer trap no longer floats in the air. Crouching while sculpting loot lake, this has got me killed a few times, will no longer cause you to your view to be underwater. You can now throw remote explosives while sprinting. That is very helpful. Gameplay. As I've just introduced at the start of the video, a new soccer stadium has been added to the northern area of the map. Added new light. Oh, it does say, there you go. I totally missed it. Added new light colors options to Carbide and Omega, so you can get the new lights on Omega as well. I bet that's going to be looking absolutely awesome, and I'm literally one tier away from tier 100, so I'll be making good use of that. Pickaxes are no longer missing from the quick bar for players who join the match late. Currently equipped traps no longer change to a different trap unexpectedly when you're trying to place one in an empty space. Now, I don't know if this is actually going to resolve an issue I had yesterday where I pre-selected my jump pad over the other equipment I had, and when I went to place it down in a rush to get out of the situation I was in, because the rest of my squad was dead, I placed down a campfire even though it blatantly showed. I wish I had the footage to put in this video. I've got the footage, but I just didn't put it in this video. But yeah, I hope this resolves that. Lightly putting back on the gameplay movement thumbstick while shopping cart will no longer make you move forward. Players will no longer get stuck shooting their weapon when switching seats and firing simultaneously in the shopping cart. Passengers ejected from the shopping cart at high speeds will no longer get a large impulse, and I'm not really going to go too much into the carts because I've taken them out of the game today because something is still wrong with them. Art and animation. Update to the battle boss visuals and animation. The battle boss now has animated parts, flashing party lights when flying, and basically there's the satellite dish moves and there's like a little blimp on the side with a propeller. You'll see that spinning up as well. Animations will now properly play when exiting the shopping cart while simultaneously switching seats. Opening effects will now properly play after searching supply drops. Wavy effects will now properly appear on willow trees. I wonder why the willow was the only tree that looked dead and looked like a model in the game, but obviously they've addressed that. Attention to the finer details is what we want to see in this game, and we are definitely getting it. Now, I'm not going to go into Save the World. This is everything that is in version 4.4. You won't find the shopping trolleys currently as there is an issue with them. But let me know down in the comment section, have you been to the football stadium? Have you been lucky enough to stay alive long enough to have a good look at it? Because there are plenty of people that have been dropping there. Let me know down in the comment section if you've been lucky enough to try out this bad boy here. And I'll have a video on that probably today, more than likely. Guys, there are many buttons you can hit, but the like and subscribe button, I hope they took your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.